What's up, guys? This is SW102 coming at you with a knife review of the infamous Kershaw Blur designed by Ken Onion. Let's jump right into this. Point of use, EDC utility / tactical usage. The blade steel on this, it is spring assisted, by the way. We'll get into that in a minute. The blade on this, 3 3/4 inch, or I'm sorry, 3 3/8 inch, 14C 28N Sandvik. It's a flat ground from this point down. You can't, let me see. That point down is flat ground, which is really good for EDC slicing work. Anything you really need it to. The handle size is 4.5 inches. It's anodized aluminum, and it's got Track Tech inserts. These are real grippy, real nice inserts. It's not going to go out of your hand. You can really get a good purchase on this knife when you're using it. What else? See, the whole knife together lengthwise is just under 8 inches. It's a little bit big, but it's manageable. Very manageable, actually. I carry this every day. I've been carrying it for about a month now, and I love it. To show you all just how big this is, though, I'm going to compare it to the Spyderco Tenacious. Most of you watching this probably have this knife. If not, you need to get it because it's a nice knife and it's pretty cheap, you know, 30 bucks. Anyways, this is how big it is compared to it. You can see the handle there and the blade. The Kershaw is just a little bit bigger. Not much. Closed, I think it's a little smaller. It might be a little longer. Pocket clip on this. It comes position tip down. That is reversible on this side only. So you can reverse it for tip up, but you can't put it on the other side, which I really think the main reason is just because of the design in there, and you know, it's got Kershaw. I think they just didn't want, that's the prettier side of the knife is what I'm saying. This side's kind of, you know, I don't know, this is the prettier side though. I think that's why they didn't want the pocket clip on it. Opening, see if y'all can see that. You see how those studs are slanted? It's really nice. They're actually, I guess you wouldn't really consider that jimped on a stud, but they got a real nice texture to them. You can get a real nice purchase on it and just flick it open. Lightning fast. It has phosphor bronze bushings in there. You can't see it, but they're phosphor bronze. Everything on this knife, I've noticed, is very close tolerance. Blade lockup, very solid, side to side, front and back. But just the tolerances in there, everything's very close together, very tight. It's a very solid knife when you hold it. I mean, I love just playing with this knife because it's so solid. The lock on it, most of you all won't like this probably, but it is a liner lock. It's kind of thin, but in my 3-4 weeks, a month of usage, I have not had a problem out of it, so the liner lock is really not a big deal with me. The liner lock is, however, 410 stainless steel, just for all of you that wanted to know that. It's kind of random information. I love opening this. Just flick it out, you know, black. This is the black model. They come in a lot of different colors. I wanted black just because I thought it looked pretty sick, in my opinion. Black pocket clip. This coating's not going to come off. I've used this a lot. All you got to do is clean it. It's not going to take the coating off. One thing I've noticed is when you get scratches on it and you think it's all scratched up, take a wet rag to it. It's generally whatever you're cutting is on the coating, and it'll come right off. So, razor sharp out of the box, by the way. I mean, razor sharp. 14C 28N tends to hold an edge pretty good. It's really easy to sharpen. It's a nice steel. I like it a lot. value and price, what you pay for this, you can get them cheaper than what I paid for it. I didn't want to wait on shipping, so I just went to Sportsman's Warehouse to get it, and I paid $66. I think after tax it was like $66. I think you can find them online for like $45-$50. I will tell you that this is worth every penny of it. I love this knife. I've been carrying it for a while. Just kind of not retired my Spyderco. You know, I still use it, but I really like this knife. That's really about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing. Pretty sure I mentioned how cool this knife is, but if I didn't, I just want to mention it again. On the blade steel, these came out, when they came out, they were made of 440, which is a really cheap steel. It's real soft. You know, it's just not good. It doesn't really hold an edge. In July 2007, they started making these in Sandvik 13C26, and in 2009, they switched it over to 14C28N, which is a much better steel. It's got more carbon in it, more corrosion resistance. So the steel, you know if it's 14C, even if it doesn't say it right there, some of them do, but if it does not have a production date stamp on it, it is 14C. That took me forever to figure out, by the way. I had to call Kershaw because it wasn't marked on the blade or on the package or anything. Another thing, this is a flow-through design. It's got 3 pillars and the pivot screw that hold it together. So if you ever got anything in there, mud, gunk, pocket lint, you know, you can blow it out with some compressed air and you're good to go. All in all, this is a great knife. It's definitely worth what I paid for. I know it's worth what I paid for it. I kind of overpaid, but I'm happy with my purchase because it's such a good knife. That's really about it. If you don't have it, go buy it. You won't be disappointed. And see y'all later.